Hello YouTube, Admiral Rookie here, bringing you the first Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle on my channel. This was a battle that I had yesterday on stream with a viewer named Damon. Now I don't want to spoil anything about this battle, but I will say it was a really close and entertaining match. Now if you look at his team, he has a lot of offensive threats in Scizor, Charizard X, or Y, Infernape, Aegislash, and Tyranitar, with his only defensive Pokemon being his Umbreon. And if you look at my team, it's fairly balanced. I have a Mega Medicham, a Talonflame which is Choice Banded, and my Greninja with a Life Orb. And then for the defensive Pokemon, I have my Succulent Donphan that has an Assault Vest and Rapid Spin, and my mixed defensive Rotom which carries the Citrus Berry, and my physically defensive Ferrothorn with Stealth Rocks. Now jumping right into this battle, I predict him to lead off with Tyranitar, so I decided to go off with, or lead off with my Mega Medicham, because I figured that his Tyranitar would be a Stealth Rocker. And so I really didn't want to give him the chance to set up Stealth Rock because I still have my Talonflame in waiting. And so in an attempt to get rid of his Tyranitar as fast as possible, I go for the high jump kick. I really didn't need to predict, or I figured at the time that I didn't need to predict. Although now that I think about it, he did have Aegislash, but he ends up not going into the Aegislash and going into the Charizard instead. Now, the high jump kick is going to hit him, but what's lucky for me is that I do get a crit on the Charizard, allowing me to take it out, which is unfortunate for him, but really good for me, because the only thing I really had to deal with the Charizard was my Rotom, which typically if it's a Charizard Y could have carried the Solar Beam. But so yeah, after losing his Charizard, he's going to go into the Aegislash, and he's going to get a Swords Dance while I use the Fire Punch. Fire Punch is, well, 2-hit KO the Aegislash, but I know next turn he's going to go for the King Shield to lower my attack, and so I'm going to switch out into my Ferrothorn, and so his King Shield or fail. I'm going to go for the Stealth Rocks, because I know that my Ferrothorn can take anything that his Aegislash does, but he's going to Sacred Sword me, and my Ferrothorn is going to live. He's going to take the recoil damage from Iron Barbs. And I am going to get up the Stealth Rocks. So my Stealth Rocks are up, but it's kind of useless now because most of his Pokemon resist it or take normal damage from it. So I am going to try to get off the Power Whip before because I figured he'd take out my Ferrothorn anyways with a Sacred Sword, but he did go for the Swords Dance, but my Power Whip does miss, so that's unfortunate. So I am going to lose my Ferrothorn, and he has the +4 Aegislash running around, so which is really bad for me, but I still do have my Talonflame and my Medicham waiting, and so I'm going to go into my Hugmacham, and I'm going to go for the Bullet Punch, hoping to take out this Aegislash, but he's going to go for the King Shield and block my Hugmacham, which isn't really that big of a problem because I really needed this Aegislash dead, because I really do not want that thing running around with +4, and so the attack drop isn't that big of a deal. But yeah, this is what throws off the entire game. It's this Quick Claw that he has. This Quick Claw will allow him to prioritize my Bullet Punch, and it'll allow him to take me out with a Shadow Sneak, which it really upset me, but I still have Talonflame waiting in the wings, which has Brave Bird, the Gale Wings Brave Bird. So I'm going to switch out into Talonflame, but he's going to get the Quick Claw proc again. And he's going to get a Shadow Sneak and take out my Talonflame before I can get off the Brave Bird. Which really puts me in a bad spot, because I figured at this point I might actually get swept by the Aegislash, because I didn't know whether or not my Rotom could actually take a +4 Shadow Sneak, but it does end up being able to take it even through the critical hit. Had my Rotom not survived, I'm pretty sure it could have taken out every other Pokemon that I had. But I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt to finish off this Aegislash, which is really good. So now I have the biggest the biggest threat on his team is now gone for me. And so now I use Hydro Pump on this Umbreon, trying to see how much damage I'll do. The Umbreon ends up taking it very well, which actually is really surprising. I'm not sure what this Umbreon has. It might be physically defensive or specially defensive. It could also be like physical or something, but I don't know, because that Hydro Pump feels like it did a lot more damage than it should have. But anyways, I'm not going to risk the confusion hitting me, and I'm just going to go out into my Dawn Fan. Because I figured that Dawn Fan might be able to deal with it better. And he's going to get the Moonlight, which allows it to heal up. And so I'm going to go for the Earthquake, seeing how much damage my Dawn Fan will do. But he's going to get the Confuse Ray first. And confuse my Dawn Fan. Fortunately, I do break through the confusion and hit him with an Earthquake, which does under half. Which means I think this was a physically defensive set. Yeah, it was probably a physically defensive set. I don't know. But either way, he's going to go out into his Tyranitar. I'm not sure why, though. He could have easily just stalled me out with Umbreon. I guess it's because he didn't want to take... Or because he didn't want to play the stall game with me. But yeah, he is going to go into his Tyranitar. I'm going to get the Confuse Hacks. And he's going to be able to Mega Evolve, which actually surprised me because I thought that his Charizard was his Mega Evolution, but apparently it wasn't. And the other thing that surprised me was his specially attacking Tyranitar. I really haven't seen any specially attacking Mega Tyranitars ever. Mostly because they're all physical attacking, but this one was, which wasn't a big deal. Because I know my my Dawn Fan should still be able to take it out with an Earthquake. But I'm going to go to the Ice Shot, hoping that does do enough damage to take it out, but it doesn't, which is a problem. So I really thought it does, but he does miss the Hyper Beam, which is good. So I'm going to be able to take him out with the second Ice Shard. Yeah, he's going to go to his Sizzler, while I go for... Yeah, I'm going to go for another Earthquake. I really didn't think my Earthquake would do as much damage as it did. I know it's neutral, but I was still surprised by, like, the fact that it nearly took it out. Because I was thinking it'd probably do just a little bit over half, but it ends up doing about 80% maybe, give or take. But he's going to go for the Bullet Punch. That should be able to take out my Succulent with +2 from the Swords Dance. And I'm going to go into my Greninja, because I know I can take I know it can live a Bullet Punch. I'm going to take it out with the Scald. Yeah, it's going to go down easily to a Scald because it has no health left. And he's going to go into back into his Umbreon, I believe. Yeah, back into his Umbreon. And I'm going to go for the Scald again, just to check how much damage it does. Luckily for me, I do get the burn on this, which means that as long as he doesn't use Moonlight, or didn't use Moonlight, then his Umbreon will go down at the end of the turn. But he does get a Confuse Ray off on my Greninja. But that doesn't matter at this point, because this is his second to last Pokemon. And at this point, I figure that I might lose, because his only Pokemon left is Infernape. And really, Infernape has priority moves. And so my only chance is to hope that my Rotom can completely take out this, or can tank hits from this Infernape, even at the low health that it was at. Now he's going to go for the Fake Out, because I knew he would do that. Most either carry Fake Out or Bullet Punch, or not Bullet Punch, Mach Punch, I'm sorry. But he's going to go for the Thunder Punch to try to take out my Rotom, but it barely fails to. And so I'm going to get off the Hydro Pump and kill the Infernape, because that's not a very bulky Pokemon, and that's going to be the game for me. Which means I ended 2-0 in my favor, with my Rotom being on very low health, and my Greninja barely surviving. That Aegislash was what really made that match close. But I would advise those watching this video to not try out the Quick Claw on theirs because of its unreliability. Like, really, it only has a chance of proccing 18% of the time. In this case, it worked out for Damon because he got extremely lucky and he got the proc twice in a row. So that's what made that game really, really close. Because, I mean, had that not happened, it probably would have been a much what do I want to say? Much more in my favor than in his. But yeah, I do end up picking up the victory which is nice. I really don't think I want to lose on the first battle I post on YouTube. But anyways, if you enjoyed the battle, don't forget to like or leave a comment. Also, don't forget to follow my page on Twitter and Facebook, which I'll leave links to in the description below. I hope to see you next time. Later.